Thank you very much that you come to see my presentation. Very shortly, our company, we are really new on here in Polish market, and we are a Czech developer. We are a Czech developer at area of network management, monitoring, security, and communication. Okay, it looks very wide, but I have to say that we are going very deep into one specific area. So, we are focusing to the large and medium customers who require high level of security and reliability for their systems. Here, on a local market, we are represented by ATCG and as a distributor and their partners. So if you like the solution, you can ask them, they will help you. Our customers, now we have most customer at Czech Republic, but we also start implement at some other countries, at Europe, and even at Asia and Africa. And now it's moving fast at countries like here, Poland, Germany, Austria, and others. From that customers, we have let's say half at public and half at commercial institutions. Fine. Now I want to speak a little bit more about the OZP, which is called Oborová zdravotní pojišťovna in Czech, and it's a Czech insurance company. The company is taking care of less than 1 million of insured persons. It's good to know that we have 7 health insurance companies in Czech market. And the OZP has a head office in Prague, and then there are 16 regional branch offices. They are not so big. They have about 1,000 of IP devices on network, for just imagination. The situation in OZP before AddNet implementation was that there was really focused only on internal applications, defense of perimeter, and clients management. Later on, we were successful and we sold them our Monet, which is other product which we have. It's infrastructure monitoring, and they started further increase the reliability and other things with infrastructure monitoring. Later on, at 2012, they started operated cloud services and especially Vita Karta, which is client self-service web portal, which is very popular. Then there also take from us Monet extension, which is application monitoring. Fine. And why was OZP considering AddNet? Because they started to resolve some question like that. There is really disorganized address management. There was an Excel spreadsheet evidence, absolutely out of reality. Maybe just short question to you. Do you have something else than Excel spreadsheets for your IP address plan? Maybe you and you? No? Yes. Or you have some IPAM? Okay. And you have some experience? You are experienced user? Probably you have some database with that? Okay. Okay, okay. And tell me, you have some experience with IPAM, or so again, maybe Excel spreadsheet at your company, something other. Okay, fine. So other thing was, and that was let's say management drive, was that the multiple administrators are using their specific, not transferable know-how. They are using scripts, open source tools, and whatever. Then there was absolutely bad or missing documentation of network states. For them, that was difficult to substitute administrators of network subsystems in case if they are going, for example, to vacation or somewhere else. There have also problems time to time with operational reliability of core network services. Sometimes it happened that DNS or DHCP services was broken. And finally, there are also sometimes resolve the problems with branches operations in the in the case of the lost connections. Fine. And what convinced OZP to choose our solution? We offer them to start proof of concept of AddNet implementation, and that was for a period of 3 months. First of all, we started with setup of Novicom Secure Grid platform, and then AddNet application. Then we started the initial sniffing, and after that, the results was revealed. For example, unreliable IP address policy, forbidden devices present in the network, inconsistencies, DNS, unreliable DHCP. And then we started with, let's say, our standard processes. We made proposed the IP address policy was set, and then we started operation of DHCP and DNS services on. After 3 months of operation, we made another check, and that was really proven that all target issues have been eliminated. So for them, that was a successful this period. I have to say that we don't charge them because, by the way, we receive plenty of money from other revenue streams from the customer, so it was easy for us. Then the customer choose after the proof of concept way how to implement. He decides to continue with operating of AddNet in the form of as a service. So we provide them Novicom Service Cloud for AddNet control servers, for central AddNet work servers, and also we put to their location, main location, dedicated work server in OZP locality. At the beginning phase, the centralized model was implemented. Further development led to addition of after 1 year probably we started with centralized AddNet NUX functionality, which has been added. There are choose make authentication with protection, which we have. I will try to explain later, and of course authorization. After that, they also started to make decentralized architecture, and the branches made more resilient by adding dedicated Firebox appliances, which we have. There also started with gradual realization of active network security concept, which I will also explain later, and integration with other tools within the concepts, like InViaTech Flowmon anomaly detection system, InViaTech Flowmon application performance management. And then, if I will a little bit recapitalize summary of implementation timeline, in 2013, we started with DDI implementation and later to monitoring. That was centralized model. Then next year, we started with SNAC deployment. And later this year, we are providing them distributed branches. So we are putting our branch office edition Firebox appliances to their branches. Fine. For next year, they have a plan to fulfill of Czech cybersecurity law requirements. Because at Czech Republic we have a law which from that law the let's say public institution and important let's say private institutions or enterprises need to implement some conditions to fulfill that law. So based on that, they will use log management NCM, which will be integrated to our solution. And because there have no high qualified staff, there haven't, let's say, Sherlock Holmes inside. So they choose to use Security Operations Center as a service. Fine. So very briefly, that was about the OZP. And then you can see which use case we are able to manage there. OZP use monitoring, infrastructure monitoring. They are using AddNet. They are using Flowmon IDS. So At the infrastructure monitoring, there is, let's say, also integrated that tools. And when somewhere at network is some computer broken or this computer is hacked, whatever, usually this computer will start communicate on network. They will send data outside, make some, let's say, spam to colleagues and whatever. In this case, at Flowmon ADS will tell to infrastructure monitoring, hey, there is something wrong. And the operator will just make one click, go to the detail to anomaly detection system, which is based on network behavioral analysis. And if he wants more information, he make other click and go to the direct to the AddNet. There, he can see where is it located, who is it, where is, and if he decides it's necessary to make immediately stop the operation, just talking to the radius infrastructure, hey, stop operation, and just other click and make stop operation. Of course, there is also option to put it to guarantee network that. This could be done at let's say, 4 clicks in just 1 minute. Everything is, there is a full history, and every operation is audited. So, by the way, this use case is also at Czech cybersecurity law, it's paragraph 22. So, which help us at many customers now, by the way. Okay. So just for imagination, there is some application monitoring. No infrastructure monitoring. You can see that there is anomaly detection system. Just click, go to Invatech, and use look what's going on. So here is it, some anomaly traffic detection. So computer is taking just only outside DNS instead of internal. Then other click and go directly to the AddNet where he can see where is it located and disable or put to guarantee network. Okay. So I spoke that there are some other products which we are working in very closely. We are together organized at Network Security Monitoring Cluster, and a company like we, like Invatech, Ferretabs, and some other integrator at Czech Republic, and we trying to promote this concept not only on Czech market but worldwide. What is it? It's based on the fact that at most organizations there are some network which provide some services of infrastructure to clients, and if there is no need to communicate outside, it's enough. But in fact, everybody needs to communicate. So internet is there, and every company must resolve defense of perimeter security. So there are both the firewalls, IDS, IPS, maybe some DLP. On the other hand, also on the laptops, there are some antivirus, anti-malware solutions. But I have to say that most of the solutions are finished here. But it's a problem, because you know that if somebody will have a new attack, new threats, usually you will have no, let's say, signature of your firewall or antivirus inside, because it's taken time. So it's necessary to have some multiple monitoring inside the network. What we think for pieces we have for that, so infrastructure monitoring, probably you can imagine, on one hand it could be open sources like Nagios, Zabbix, on the other hand it could be solution from IBM, HP, CA, whatever. Most of the organization has some pieces of that. Of course, not fully and distributed deployment, but has it. Layer 2 monitoring, it's interesting that it's provide information where is which device located on the network in real time with full history. Flow monitoring, talking to you that how devices are communicating inside the network and outside. And the final application monitoring, it's also interesting because it's good to know that the application giving the right answer, even in time that all infrastructure monitoring is green, has green lamps. Fine. Based on that, you can very, very easily make some other add-ons like NBA, like DDI, like network access control. Now you have possibility not only to see everything, but also manage complete internal network. Fine. Later on, it's come also some security tools like CM, log management, maybe security operation center, and this vision is complex. I have to say that our solution AddNet is focused here solely on monitoring DDI and network access control. Our vision is, and it's reality, that we have integrated that tool with NBA and on other tool also with CM and log management solutions. So in fact, where this integration which I presented here, it could be done nearly the same way with the CM. Fine. It's good to understand that Novicom is able to provide a solution like that with really superior quality and security. Why? Because we have our own technology. First of all, we have our secure grid platform. This grid platform was delivered to have possibility on every layer of the network, every piece of the network provide active multiple redundancy. So not only for the control servers, but also for, as we call it, work servers, which could be located everywhere at the network. So in fact, we are putting net to the net, and we are managing and monitoring everything there. This is not all. We are these pieces which of the secure grid platform are communicated by our own protocol, which is called Secure Delivery Protocol, and that was designed according to needs of army, of the policeman, and some other, let's say, military grade, and it's operate on lines with error rates up 95%. In fact, you will have problem with ping, but our grid is still operating. And finally, of course, every this technology is inside the operating system which we have for our appliances, which could be hardware or virtual. Fine. So, if I will go back to the OZP, they are using this, let's say, network visibility and security, which we provide to them. So advanced network monitoring based on AddNet and FlowMon. So AddNet provide them DDI and NAC. We are using for that, let's say, control server, which could be central, or we are ready to make hierarchical. For example, some region on states and whatever, and it could be, of course, clustered. There, usually we have virtual, not only VMware deployment, and we need a control server and we need work servers. This work server must see, let's say, to the all segment of the networks. Some customers start with the central deployment, like OZP started. Some customers need to put some other branches, which are important for that. With that model, we are able to provide layer 2 monitoring. We are ready to provide complete IPAM and manage DHCP and DNS services. Plus more, based on the radius, so let's say standard, we have complete network access control. And together with Innovatech, we also can cover FlowMon, so let's say flow monitoring, and add some added value like anomaly detection system, like application performance monitoring. For that, Inva has FlowMon collector, and there have probes. I have to say that we are not integrated only on, let's say, user interface, but also with that we are able to put to our work servers possibility to generate flow. Okay, so for our customer, advanced network monitoring and distributed IP network management complete. Now, a little bit about the AddNet. I have to say that it's a unique DDI and NAC tool. It's really, it's achieved by integrating the IP address management system, core network services, DHCP, DNS, layer 2 monitoring, network access control, and finally the advanced communication with networking hardware. What is it, AddNet? First of all, layer 2 monitoring. We provide in real time and we combine with data with switches also. We have full history, so you can use for the audit. And very important is we have detailed device localization. We can tell you exactly where is it located. We can also operate with cable book and this area. DDI, we provide complete IPAM. We have high performance DHCP services which are fully distributed. We have flexible DNS. On the other hand, we are using network access control. We support both full 802.1x and MAC authentication with protection, how we call that, I will explain later. Of course, authorization, and the security guys like that we are providing the crisis management also. All this functionality is also for Wi-Fi. So we have DDI and NAC for the Wi-Fi and mobile devices. We have automated self-service management and also gas zone for them. And because we communicate with each active device on the network, with each switch, our module of switch interoperability provides repository of all devices, port utilization, which is very interesting, and finally configuration backup. This is really independent. You can use for all vendors. Based on that data sources, we have a dashboard which can help you to really fast see what's going on, and also reporting. Fine. So now I will go a little bit in detail. What is it AddNet? Layer 2 monitoring. It's for us really a key part of AddNet. We have continuous layer 2 monitoring with non-interruption. So we can guarantee you if some let's say device was or wasn't on the net and where was located. It's provides information which IP MAC where is located at the NAC. It's provided in real time. And it's providing with full history of device locality at network. It's very important because we can give you the, when, for example, you have implemented CM and there is something wrong, some security issue, probably you will just receive information, this IP has these problems. But with AddNet, you can, through the integration, you can go directly to our layer 2 monitoring, and you will immediately see where is it located. So it's at Krakow, this building, this level, this room. Also, we know that this plug, and plus more, we know that it's Jacek sitting there, for example. If you want, immediately switch off. So it's really increasing because it's very proactive. Fine. Yeah, there is support of cable book. Now we support import, or you can manage inside, and our development will really increase the operability of that. So we really, let's say, providing more powerful there. So in fact, layer 2 monitoring provides in real time information about differences between address plan and real network status. Address planning and management, of course, first of all, it's necessary to have a clear IP address plan. We have many ways how to do that, but I have to say that the most common way is that we are, after the implementation, we start with initial sniffing. After, let's say, 1 week, we can see everything about your network, which device is where located, which IP address, if the DNS are correct and whatever. And after that, we take this data and compare with your current IP address plan. Sometimes it's a little bit funny because the customers are really surprised. Reality and the plan. I have to say that we never met the customer where there have 100% for that phase. So now it depends how big this is this problem. But after making possible error correction, we put the final IP strategy to the IPAM, and we are ready to start operating DHCP and DNS services. Okay. There is also included a really powerful IP management console. You have many views there. maybe just it's nice that just one click and you will know exactly the dead IP addresses. Why? Because we have continuous monitoring with no interruption. Of course, it's very easy, just other click and return them to address planning. It's using IPAM for adding in configuration network devices. Here, because IPAM has also possibility to manage network access control, by the way. So you can make a flag for, let's say, that it's member of the crisis sets, which is very important. The crisis sets, it works that, for example, if you have some big problem, for example, viruses is growing on the net, so just you will say, okay, I want to activate crisis sets. In this time, every device which is not exactly listed in the crisis sets are disconnected. Very easy. If you have network with, let's say, thousands of devices, it could be really fast, really simple, of course. And you can make, you can back when you resolve the problems, you can start operate immediately. Okay. About the reliable, robust core net services, we have flexible model of deployment, which is very important, and this is one of our biggest advantage. Of course, we can use the centralized model, like at the beginning OZP, and then continue to distribute it. Very important is to know that we provide the full service redundancy even at the locality which is temporarily unavailable, which is offline. So you will switch off the connection, but our work server at the locality will still provide monitoring, will provide DHCP DNS services, and will provide network access control. So this is, and we are doing in a very, very effective way. So customer could afford that to have it. DHCP, as we talk, there is a really advantage of native integration with layer 2 monitoring. Based on that fact, we can provide a little bit stronger functionality. So we have expanded set functionality, and we have also possible to provide high performance DHCP services. Why? Because we have our own multi-thread architecture, we have on-memory optimization, we have optimized operation system, and also this piece can actively communicate with other members of the grid. So we can to provide online clustering to that pieces, and based on that, you can have not, let's say, tens of thousands, but hundreds of thousands with no problem. I mean, DHCP leads per second and whatever. It's possible to achieve that numbers. Fine. DNS, it's a fully distributed model, support more interfaces. I have to say that DHCP and DNS, they are based on RFC, so you can count that every functionality which is which you will wait is there. Very important is that most customers now want some collaboration with existing DNS infrastructure. Why? Because they have, for example, Microsoft infrastructure. So their Microsoft customer want to use Microsoft DNS for I don't know, for Active Directory clusters and whatever. Fine. Network access control, which is also included, it integrates communication with active network elements. We support full 802.1x, and we also provide MAC authentication with protection. Of course, 802.1x, it's really powerful, it's really secure, but on the other hand, it's really hard to implement and to operate. So most of our customers choose the MAC authentication with protection. What does it mean? Based on the fact that system has also a DHCP, included DHCP fingerprinting, we have the layer 2 monitoring, we know about the locality, and we know some more things. So we work with vectors, which help us together to tell us if the computer was, there are some changing. So we will tell you with high number of probability that there is MAC or IP promiscuity inside. So, and I have to say that this is with absolutely zero admin cost. It's work on all layer 2 devices, so it's meant in transport layer. Fine. Our NAC use a radius infrastructure, so we are using we need switch which support that. But I have to say that today every, let's say, mid and high-end producers and analyze product lines are supporting that with no problems. For that who don't know how it operates, when a device requires a network communication, so switch sends inquiry to radio subsystem of AddNet, and the answer is whether the device is allowed to communicate. This is authentication, and eventually assign to the assign the device to the VLAN. It's authorization. Also, authorization is very important because, in fact, you will not need to manage VLANs on the switches, which could be helpful. Sorry. And vice versa, if we are using usually the parameter positive type to live, which has the parameter, let's say, 5 minutes on the network, and after that time, the switch will again ask the radius if the device could communicate more. The answer is yes or no, and if no, so disconnect it. Fine. We have a BIOT module inside. It's really interesting because if BIOT, it's a big team, but most of the companies are still much more focused to the, let's say, application level. That there are tools which are solving that on layer 6 of the OSI model. But in fact, what we are doing, we are covering the network. If this device is allowed to communicate, send any byte to the network. So we are still on the layer 2. And we also solve the problem that, for example, the big enterprises, there is coming the boss and tell to IT guys, oh, wow, from tomorrow, I need, you will support or BIOT for our, let's say, employee. But it's a problem because IT guys will just put the Wi-Fi right on the wall, how to get in, and that's all. If the security guy is in the company, he will say, no, never. I must know identity of each devices of each guy, because if there will be something wrong, maybe botnet, we will lose the domain, and we will don't receive the emails orders, for example. So it's a problem, and we fully solve that. So we provide self-management of BIOT and mobile devices where employees are able to put their, let's say, pair themselves with the devices. We provide also GAT zone. So security guys is really happy because they have a unique identification of a BIOT and mobile devices. There is also possibility of subsequent application of safety rules. We can, for example, put some information via dynamic updates to firewalls, for example. And we provide also device identification and, let's say, user identification, which could be also from our database for EDS, NetFlow system, web filtering, and others. There is also possibility to realize of a related similar concept. For example, during the time of the authentication authorization, we can ask the endpoint security repository if that device is allowed to communicate, if it has a last end user endpoint protection. If answer is not, we will put to other network. Then if answer is yes, okay. Enhanced communication with ActiveNet device. So of course, we have complete switch repository. The information from the switches, which could be, which can be read from that, and its serial numbers, EOS versions, whatever. We have also, and it's very interesting, we have monitoring of utilization of switches, not only from the system point of view, but port level utilization. It's a big team. If you will come to the big enterprises, many times you will find that at the rack, they will put new switch and make cabling, and it's going on the wall somewhere. But they have no continuous monitoring, and they never don't know if that port was used or not. We provided information because we have continuous monitoring. So we have hit parade, let's say, on unused ports. hit parade of top 10 unused, let's say, switch, and even we are able to provide immediately list of unused ports, and you can make some optimization. I have to say that we have some customers where the AddNet, let's say, save significant amount of money of that, because our knowledge that after 1 month of operating, the percentage of usage is about 55%, not more. And you can count at how much cost average at one, let's say, active port. I have to say that customers love that, not, let's say, IT companies which sell that. Finally, we have also backup and restore of configuration of switches. So it's centralized, automated backup of configurations. It's very good message for you. It's absolutely multiple vendor support. It doesn't matter if you have Cisco, HP, Huawei, Enterasys, whatever. We have some way of flexible API, and the new family of that, for example, Huawei was, let's say, 2 days, including testing for us. Fine. So, dashboard reporting, there is a summary information on system operation. It's really also information of non-standard states. It's with forbidden device, device in conflict, and whatever. Reporting, it's very powerful. Why? Because you are able to combine data sources, not only from layer 2 monitoring, but also with DHCP operations, also with switches, from switches. So, and on top of that sources, you can combine how you want. Of course, there is also possibility of drill down. Everywhere you are on some IP or MAC, you can just make a right click and you can go immediately to address planning, to rules, DHCP assignment, service in monitor, info status, history of assignments, whatever. So, and there you can continue with some preparation of your data which you need. Okay. So I will a little bit summarize that because it's time. First of all, it's really, there is a significant amount of network administrative time saving. Our experience on the large network is that there is usually at least 3, maybe 4 different solutions and 3 to 5 administrators. Here's they usually take, because we measure that, some use cases from 12 till 20 minutes. Here you can solve in 15 seconds at just one screen, and then you know where is it, you want edit, and you will choose from the IP plan mask, which device, which type of device, which network, which type of device, and just edit some name to the DNS, maybe some comment, and so it's really fast. And when you commit that, it's immediately, and at IPAM, it's DHCP, DNS together with reverse, it's a network access control, so very fast. Very important is that there are many clever guys at IT, and they are using great scripts and whatever, but problem is that these clever guys are many times under pressure and then they are not able to make documentation at all. So AddNet completely document this network status at one hand. On other hand, there is full administrator audit. Everything is audited. There is commit rollback, and you can go by each commit. It provides secure network access, so full 802.1x and very easy MAC authentication with protection. Authorization, BIOD, and identification of BIOD devices, and it's really increased operational reliability and performance of core network services. I have to say that we are fully compatible with major networking vendors. Of course, people are asking a lot of time about the Microsoft. They are asking us about the Cisco, yes, and also others. I have to say that it's also easy to deploy and project procedures which are included. We have our own methodology, which is called NIM, Novicom implementation methodology, and it gives you the power go step by step and give you the knowledge transfer, how to manage more efficient the network. So finally, AddNet differentiation. It's interesting. Why? Because we have our own technology, as I described. We are flexible on deployment strategy, from centralized to fully distributed or combined. And we can, based on that, we have also exceptional operation reliability and scalability, outstanding data security, operation continuity, so active clustering in all layers. Finally, I have to say, there are these guys leaving, but we like guys from the Infoblox, because it really makes a strong, let's say, pressure to the market, and it presents it's necessary to have DDI. But I have to say that we are more than Infoblox, because we have also Cisco ISA included, let's say, for imagination. So thank you very much for your time.